thought that was quite a cool clip to stick in the intro there. This is the CS5 Sniper rifle. I've now unlocked this for the Dragon's Teeth DLC, and I've been going stealth mode with it. This thing comes with a suppressor already on it, which kind of leaves you a little bit hindered, I'd probably say, but it gives you very much a challenge in trying to be a sniper with a suppressor on it. You do have the option to remove the suppressor if you want to, but I thought I'd give it a go with it, and I have found it extremely difficult to use this sniper rifle with a suppressor on it. You don't realise just how difficult it actually is until you give it a go. It's not like other snipers either, because the CS5 is relatively close quarters orientated. Something like the SRR-61, for example, the intervention, will be much better with a suppressor on it because it's got a higher bullet velocity anyway, but this weapon really doesn't have that. So whilst I've been moving around all the different maps, I've been trying to keep this thing as close quarters as possible, but you might think that the Dragon's Teeth maps are quite close together, and there are some really good infantry battlegrounds, but where we're playing right now on Lumphini Garden, it's a little bit more open. I'd probably say it's the most open of the 4 maps in the DLC, maybe with the exception of Sunken Dragon with the water in the middle, but apart from that, you're not going to get much of a wide open space in Dragon's Teeth. That map was it. Now switching back over to Pearl Market, it's completely the opposite. This weapon becomes extremely hard to use. I don't think I really got very many good clips on Pearl Market. In fact, no, that's completely a lie, because the rest of this video is on Pearl Market. I can't remember which one. Oh, it was Propaganda, because on Propaganda there's loads of different sights that you can see down, but because the players are always weaving in and out, it's very difficult for you to get that shot away, and because you've got a suppressor on it, the bullet velocity is so low that the bullet takes so long to get there that by the time you fired, the player's already moved and your bullets just missed them completely. So I found that map particularly difficult to use the CS5 on. I paired the CS5 with the M1911, which is the pistol I've always used all the way through Battlefield 4, really, ever since I unlocked it. It is pretty much like the best pistol that you could use, except the Deagle, which has just come out with the Dragon's Teeth DLC as well. I haven't had a chance to unlock that yet. In fact, I haven't even unlocked the Unica 6. I've just been having too much fun playing with the Bulldog and things like that. I did get my hands on the MPX the other day, which was great. I've used all of these in the CTE, so I relatively know how they're going to perform, but something that's quite interesting of note, actually, is that the developers are going to be tweaking all of the Dragon's Teeth weapons and gadgets that were introduced in a later patch, and I can only think that's going to come in with some of the CTE changes as well. So it'd be quite interesting to see what they actually do to these weapons in order to make them a little bit different, because I think the Bulldog is probably a little bit overpowered, especially with the setup I showed you recently, the DMR Bulldog video I did. That'll be linked in the description, it's on the screen right now. Basically, I turned it into a single-fire DMR, and because this thing does massive damage at range, you can basically two-shot somebody in the head with this thing, so it essentially becomes a DMR, and because it's 700 rounds a minute, you can just literally rattle off so many bullets that the enemy hasn't even got a chance to reply. So I felt like a bit of a bastard when I was doing it, but it was a really good loadout, and that's why I think that's probably going to get nerfed. The MPX, I could probably see a slight increase in the accuracy when you're firing from the hip, because it is very accurate when doing that. I've also found that even though it's not great at range, I've got some clips that I'll put together in another video where I was taking people out at sort of like 40 to 50 meters away with the MPX, and I thought, well, that's really not how the weapon should perform, so I gather they're going to change that in the patch too. Moving further on though, as I said, I haven't unlocked the Unica 6 or the Deagle yet, and I am working towards those, and you'll probably see that later on in some of my videos. Just to touch on though, going along with the cancellation, or I should say cancellation, the delaying of Battlefield Hardline, DICE are also delaying the Final Stand DLC for Battlefield 4. I know we've only just had Dragon's Teeth, but I thought this was kind of relevant. Hardline's being delayed until early 2015. We don't have any solid date yet, but we can only assume that it's going to be within the first 4 months of the year. And that means that they're moving Dragon's Teeth, and they haven't really... No, sorry, not Dragon's Teeth, Final Stand. We're not really too sure why, but I probably think it's to fill the gap between Battlefield 4, Dragon's Teeth, and Hardline, because there's only one DLC now that's going to be there in the middle. So maybe looking forward to Final Stand. Perhaps it'll give them time to maybe implement some CTE changes into the game before Final Stand comes out, because that would be really cool to see. But ultimately, at the moment, everything's sort of going well in the Battlefield universe. Lots of things going on, lots of interesting things coming our way as well. The fact that Hardline's been delayed gives them time to create a game that we're all going to want to play, and that's just great news for everybody. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. Just so you know, I recorded this as a live commentary. I didn't just sort of stop all the way through. I've done this all the way through live, which is not something that I normally do, but I thought I'd give it a go anyway. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like button, as it really does help me out. And leave some comments down below today, letting me know what you think of all the new weapons in Dragon's Teeth, and all of this Battlefield news that's going on, with Hardline being delayed, Final Stand being delayed as well. But until next time, my name is Westy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.